6:20 on a Friday, a beautiful day. This is Lewis River Golf Course. Again, they're the newest member of my live camera network. We used to have a camera there, and now we have a new one. There's new ownership. If you're a golfer, the new ownership has put money into the course. It's beautiful. They're redoing the tee boxes. Anyway, a beautiful, beautiful day up there. This is in Woodland on the way out toward Ape Caves and all of that, out toward Mount St. Helens along the Lewis River. Okay, big story today is we did it! It's crazy. What is today? The 14th day of April, right? 6 times in March, PDX hit 60. The warmest day was 68. 6 times we did that in March, 60 or better. We had not done it in April until today. So these are not the official highs. They're either going to be the final numbers or in some cases 1 degree shy. So Portland, the official high is either going to be 62 or maybe 63. And then again, some of these cities, you might end up adding a degree when the official report comes out around 7:30 tonight. But Hillsborough at least 60, Kelso at least 61, Troutdale 62, Salem at least 61, Hood River at least 61. Hope you enjoyed it. I upped the forecast high on KGW Sunrise Show to 60 this morning. And then it was 53 at noon, and I upped the forecast temperature to 62. It looks like 62 or 63 is going to be it. But I loved it. Hope you did too. It's not asking, we're doing okay moisture-wise. It's not asking too much to have a decent spring day, right? I think. All right. Let's talk about the weekend. So inland areas tomorrow, Saturday, will be dry. The question is, and this is the way it's been for the last several days, the question is it a solid overcast on Saturday but dry, or do we have some filtered sun and kind of partly sunny skies at times? Here is the band of clouds that's going to be coming in, and on the back edge of this is the cold front that's on track to come in Sunday morning. And this, see all the speckled clouds on the infrared satellite picture again? When you see speckled clouds on an infrared picture, that tells you cumulus clouds, and more than that, it tells you cold, unstable conditions. Again, all of this behind the Sunday front, still swinging in from the Gulf of Alaska, and that gets us back into kind of chilly, wet weather at times this coming Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right back to where we've been. The moisture is still a ways out. I still think there's at least a chance of some rain tomorrow afternoon along the coast. It might hold off. Some of the modeling is keeping the coast dry too. More on that coming up in a moment. But we will certainly be dry up and down the I-5 corridor tomorrow. The question is a little bit of sun or not much. Even if we don't get much sun, we can still hit 60 tomorrow because the batch of air is really trying to warm up right now, okay? So tomorrow, we talked about, what about the rain coming in Sunday? Now, the latest modeling shows certainly raining at the coast right from first thing in the morning, 6 a.m. or so. And then during the morning hours, the rain moves into the valley. Certainly could be 9 o'clock, certainly before noon. And then the front passes late morning, noon, and then we break into numerous scattered, what could be some heavy showers during the day. So how much rain are we talking about? Well, the numbers on this rainfall model, this would be just during the day Sunday. Gives Astoria 61/100 of an inch, Kelso 4/10, Portland only 29/100, and Salem only 27/100. Notice with me that what the modeling is doing is holding the biggest rain bullseye with this incoming Sunday front up to our north. So look at the coast of Washington. There's 1.5 inches of rain just offshore. So we'll see how much they get to the north. I will tell you there are other models that give Portland, Salem, and Vancouver more like 1/2 inch of rain and give the coast of Newport up into Astoria and Long Beach more like 3/4. So I really feel like this is going to end up being the low end, but we'll see. Several hours of steady rain Sunday morning, then it breaks into showers. It would depend on how many numerous showers we get Sunday afternoon and how many hours consecutively of that rain band before that passes through the area on Sunday. But that gives you an idea. It's certainly going to be a pretty good soak. And of course, April, we already have 3.30 inches of rain, which is already well above normal for the entire month of April. So anything we're getting now is kind of bonus territory. Okay, the front, you would expect there to be some wind. I don't see enough wind with this system to produce any advisories or warnings or anything. But again, the weather model, this will be about 8 o'clock Sunday morning, southwest winds. See the green band with the early morning front approaching the coast, some gusts to 40, 44 miles per hour. So that's a possibility if you're going to be at the coast Sunday morning. And then as the front pushes inland and we get into late morning or the noon hour, here we are at 11 a.m., Now behind the front, the winds at the coast have settled back down, gusting to 20, 24 or so, maybe 30 down around Newport. And this fires up some breezy conditions for the I-5 corridor, gusting to 20, 24, 26, 26 miles per hour. So just kind of a typical breeze with this front coming in. Then the winds will be more westerly behind the front in the afternoon. And certainly if we get some heavy showers, I would expect there to be some gusty winds with those heavy showers. Now, a moment ago, I mentioned that that front opens the door for another batch of cold air coming in from the Gulf of Alaska and another run of showery days with at least daytime highs running about 10 degrees below normal. Normal is now, by the way, 62 for high and 44 for low. Now, keep in mind, if the normal is 62, that means a lot of just sunny days would be at least 65, 66. A lot of rainy days probably would be mid to upper 50s. So if you look at it like that, we're not going to be that much cooler than normal. But the fact that we just keep getting these days. So here's Sunday. This is the upper level low and the upper level trough that's kind of knifing down into us during the day. There's that dark blue contour line. That's the 540. That, again, shows we're getting in the polar jet stream flow pattern, the colder air in our part of the hemisphere. Here we are Tuesday a.m. This is the same upper level trough that just gets a secondary low coming, keeps reinvigorating the chance of precipitation, and keeps us really cool with upper level heights still in that polar jet stream area. What about Wednesday? Would you believe it? The same trough. We get stuck again with all these days having showery precipitation, maybe some periods of some steady waves of rain, and daytime highs doing well just to be up into the 50s. Now I'm going to skip from looks like things could quiet a little bit next Thursday, Friday. I'm not saying it's going to be dry, but maybe we warm up a little bit and get a little quieter weather. But look what happens Sunday. This would be Sunday, April 23rd. That's a week from this Sunday. We're not seeing that cold upper level trough. That's finally moved out. Let me get over here. We're not seeing the cold upper level trough. This trough by Sunday of next weekend is all the way over Minnesota and the Dakotas. But there's another one setting up in the Gulf of Alaska. And then there's disturbances with this straight northwest cold flow pattern coming in that would continue fuel showers. Again, the latest with the modeling is that this overall cold wet pattern sticks with us into the first days or maybe the first week of May. And then after that, I talked about this yesterday, we hope to kind of break out of this a little bit. So with all that said, snow levels begin, it looks like Sunday morning up in the Cascades, about 4,500 feet. So that could be potentially a wet mix at government camp as the precipitation begins and the front comes through in the afternoon. Mount Hood snow levels by late in the day drop to 3,000 feet. And then by Monday morning, they're down to 1,500 feet. Tuesday, the same. Wednesday, 2,000 feet. Thursday, 2,000. These are low snow levels for this time of the year, as I'm sure you realize. And then 3,500 feet on Friday. So there will be some pretty good mountain snow developing eventually, but it won't be until later in the day on Sunday until snow levels really start to go down that the mountain gets hit. So be a lot of fresh powder up there on Monday and Tuesday of next week. Monday afternoon could be a bit of a mixed bag at 4,500 feet, maybe even Meadows Base of 5. I think Timberline's just going to be straight snow at 6,000 feet. So some forecast stuff for you now that we talked about kind of the setup and how this weekend is going to play out. So notice this is the coast forecast. It says rain likely. I wouldn't go that strong. This gives the Lincoln City, Depot Bay area, and it's similar up through Astoria, a 60% chance of rain on Saturday. So I think Saturday morning has a good chance to be dry at the coast. In the afternoon, could go either way. I really feel like there's, if anything, a better chance of rain up around Tillamook and Astoria and lesser chances down in Lincoln City. If you're going to be at the beach Saturday, just realize it could go either way. Maybe the rain does hold off or you're dry with overcast skies, but certainly Sunday, we talked about it's going to be wet and breezy and then, on again showers and just chilly weather well into the mid part of next week. Up on Mount Hood, this was what was going on at 6 o'clock, the 6 o'clock obs. Pretty day up there. Timberline at 6 p.m. was still 37 degrees, so obviously they got well above freezing. All the mountain passes in good shape. Meadows got up into the 40s. Ski Bowl, now this is at 5,000 feet, was at 33. It wasn't in the 40s at government camp. And again, if you're going up there, dry Saturday, tomorrow, temperatures will be fairly mild, above freezing, but there will be a lot of clouds. And then we talked about Sunday maybe being a rain-snow mix to start before the colder air moves in. Here's Portland 7-day. So I'm going to say partly sunny, but it could be overcast. Again, that's the biggest question in this whole deal. Is it kind of filtered sun tomorrow, or are we just cloudy? Certainly, if we get some filtered sun, I like us getting up to about 62. A little bit cooler if the skies just really become thicker cloud cover. Here we are back to Sunday, 46 in the morning. Once it starts to rain, temperature is going to lock. I have 54, but the reality is with the rain coming down, we might be closer to 50 throughout the day Sunday. That's going to be chilly and wet. And then the showers or periods of kind of passing waves of rain at times. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, here's the return to the cooler weather. Thursday and into Friday, a little bit warmer. In fact, Friday I've got a shower chance, but maybe a lot of dry weather, partly cloudy skies, and back up to about 60 degrees. Hey, I do want to promote, if you didn't get a chance to watch yesterday's video, I hope you will do it. It's my first look. This was yesterday, my first look at what's coming up this summer. The fact that the Weather Service has proclaimed La Nina gone, finally. That was, what, 3 seasons back to back to back. And now we're in neutral. And this shows you those INSO cycles, which is El Nino, La Nina, neutral conditions. This just shows you there could be an El Nino building going into late summer into next fall. So we'll keep an eye on that. But this is the thumbnail you'll see on my YouTube page. Again, this was yesterday's, Thursday's video. I highly recommend you check it out. I spent a little time talking about the current and the weekend weather, but you can kind of fast forward through that, and then I'll just get into all of the summer outlook. So check that out and realize we'll be fine-tuning that outlook and getting more and more into in the coming weeks how many 90-degree days I think we could end up having. That's all of a sudden kind of what people want to know, for the summer outlook. Okay, have a good weekend. I'll probably talk to you again on Sunday with the rain coming in. We'll have that report. And until then, thanks for using this YouTube channel. Thanks for subscribing. I hope you'll tell some of your friends about it. I'll talk to you soon.